Welcome back to this gold medal match, the Quad Rugby. We're at the 29th Annual National Veteran Wheelchair Games in Spokane, Washington, here at the Convention Center, which has served as the headquarters for these National Veteran Wheelchair Games. Scores 24-19, the red team on top. We're just getting ready for the second half of action. So 16 more minutes of play here.
And a great crowd in here tonight. They're getting a good show. They're getting their money's worth.
In Spokane, Washington, I'd say it's been quite the host city. Over 3,000 volunteers. And quite the crowd here for this gold medal match. On the floor for the red team, we got Combs, Baxter.
To tie up Delvin. They got Delvin tied up.
They got him. They're just gonna sit there.
Oh, and he got an equipment call because Leon was under his chair. So a little bit of a bailout there.
So they had him locked up, but Bostic was actually illegally locked up with them. But they will try to employ the same strategy. So for the red team, Baxter, Richardson,
meter
Combs.
Violation on Delvin there.
Have to be.
You cannot be within a meter of the inbounder. And in a case like this, since it was red possession, it's turnover.
Combs has Schuler wrapped up here on the sideline. So McGuire takes in the score. He's looking about mid-court. Combs and Schuler
Tim Davis
are
checking
locked
for
up.
contact between the low pointers out here fighting it out.
So McMillan has it, and you can't give him open space. He's gonna throw it up in front of him.
He chased down his own pass on that one. That was actually a pass to Stephen Baxter, but he wasn't paying much attention. And
you take a look at about mid-court. We've seen Schuler and Combs trapped up as they finally break. Nice hit there by McMillan.
Pick up by
Sorensen gets it back. A nice catch there by Schuler, the half-pointer.
Oh, and then Schuler throws it away. Schuler made a hell of a catch there, and then he panicked because he was too close to the center line and tried to throw it to Leon.
25-20, the score here. These two teams matched up last night in a bit of a preview of tonight's game, and it was not nearly this close. It's won by more than 20 points in the Schuler.
Really don't know why Leon made that pass there. That was a bad decision.
The ref will call a jump ball. So with the alternating possession.
Yeah, and we're running without a 40-second clock here, so Leon had no reason to pass that ball.
And they use the 40-second clock in the United States Quad Rugby Association. Here, no 40-second clock, just 12-second clock to get it over the halfway line. Bostic has McGuire.
Well, 40-second is the score clock. You have 12 seconds to get it over half court, and you have 40 seconds total, including that 12 seconds to score a goal. Basically like a 24-second clock in basketball. And that timeout was called because they had Leon Bostic trapped in the key. An offensive player cannot be in the defensive key for more than 10 seconds or it's a turnover.
And that will be Yellow's last timeout, the last 30-second timeout. They will have two 1-minute timeouts that must be called by a coach. But they do avoid the turnover, which is more important at this juncture of the game.
Stephen McGuire sneaking around the outside. Leon not seeing him right away. He got him.
So after being down by as much as 7, the lead is now cut to 4. 25-21 the score here. We're in the third quarter. And now Red will take a timeout.
They have 2 bench timeouts that they can use up now, so they picked a good time to take it. Delvin was trapped down in there low. Kelly Kalichewski, our one ref here, she's actually big time into soccer. She's competing in a, believe it or not, over 50 league that's going to be traveling. I can't remember what country it is, but they're going to be traveling to an international competition here, and it's hard to believe. I think she's lying about her age. She's actually a lot younger than that.
A hot day here in Spokane, Washington, and earlier just a few events outside, the track and field, as well as the Kids Day. But it's nice and cool inside here in the Spokane Convention Center. In the third quarter of this gold medal match, the winner takes all, loser takes silver. The 29th Annual National Veteran Wheelchair Games. This quad rugby championship match being sponsored by Johnson & Johnson Healthcare Systems Incorporated.
Nice grab by Delvin.
And as McMillan reels that one in, he will go down and score. 26-21 the score.
Leon's got to get open.
Leon's going deep.
Way too far out, but they do the give and go.
They're going to try to Richardson unable to get it. Baxter's in pursuit. Bostic's got a lot of strength and just barely sneaks in the corner, almost hit the cone, but he was able to sneak in there. 26-22 the score. It's McMillan controlling it. Nice screen there by Richardson. And that's that sideline that McMillan has been using and abusing all game. As McMillan scores.
We've been saying that a lot tonight.
Ben Pearson alongside me. Scott Severn has been playing quad rugby for 6 years. His first time being at the National Veteran Wheelchair Games and not playing in the gold medal match here.
You gotta keep reminding me of that, don't you?
Well, I'm glad, don't act like you're enjoying yourself over here with me.
Yeah, it's a new perspective. Give some of these other guys a chance to take home a gold medal.
We will be taking home the bronze.
We played 2 close games against both of these teams and just came up a little short.
Yellow able to top Scott's white team, score 45-43. And red, the next night, knocked him off by a score of 34-30.
Which was actually the last couple of points there. We kind of threw away trying a couple of desperation passes at the end. So it was basically a 2-point game also. Score a lot lower in that game because we played a key against the red team, which my team back home is very accustomed to. We've always played a good solid key. And still very surprised that the yellow team has not tried that here against the red team.
So yellow with the turnover there. Todd Kemery, number 11, will check in and inbound it for the red team.
Todd's a great guy too. He's actually looking to become the executive director of the Minnesota Paralyzed Veterans of America chapter, where he currently serves and works and volunteers at.
Kemery, the Lakeville, Minnesota native.
He's just one of the nice guys out here in quad rugby. Him and Chet Miller both are just 2 of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. And you get them on the court though, they're tenacious. They're fierce.
So this is the first time all game that McMillan has sat out. See if yellow can take advantage of that.
Yeah,
down by 5.
He's got some equipment issues right now, actually. He might have a bent axle. When you got Leon out there on the court, bent axles are common. They happen. He's bent quite a few of mine in the past. Trying to figure out what that whistle is for myself.
Substitutions coming in. And with McGuire and Bostic out there and McMillan on the sideline, this is a golden opportunity for yellow to chip away at this 5-point deficit. Kemery, Combs, Richardson, and Baxter out there for red. Schuler, Bostic, McGuire.
Yeah, and the yellow team right now are licking their chops, seeing Delvin sitting over there on the sideline with chair problems.
And Bostic scores, 28-24.
Looks like they got the wheel off on Dell's chair. Looks like they're going to get that straightened out, and he'll be checking back in there.
And having your problems with your wheel, not the most uncommon thing here, especially when as much contact as McMillan has had.
When you get an axle that's bent too far, it's hard just to get the wheel off, and I think that's the problem they were having over there, was just getting the wheel off and getting the bent axle out. He does have spare wheels, of course.
Nice defense there by Yellow. Looked for sure like Red was going to be able to get into the goal. Now Chet Miller with it. And Kemery gives a screen there.
Oh, no goal. Chet Miller got pushed into the cone by Leon. That's two teammates from back home going at it there. They're used to doing that to each other in practice. Sure, Leon does a little more of the hitting than Chet does, though.
So when you're trying to score, you can't make any contact with the cone. And it looked like he was going to sneak in, but he just did get a piece of that cone. Bostic's in trouble. Gets it over the Mischau. Can he get it?
He never should have put that ball up in the air. Leon's got to learn to push around that one.
And he hits McMillan over there on the sideline. Those two have been locking up all night.
Yeah, that was one of the few opportunities he had to hit Dell while he was sitting still.
Baxter up there. Bostic trying to spin him away.
Yeah, penalty goal because Leon went across the line while Baxter was aimed towards the line.
So Bostic able to stop him, but he goes over line himself, so the goal will be awarded.
Another breakaway for Leon. It's becoming a close game now. This is what we like to see.
29-25 is the score.
Funny watching some of the guys out here with these plastic floors. We got a lot of static going on. Tim Davis's hair sticking right up in the air.
McGuire able to get the ball there. The jump ball is the call. I believe possession.
He kind of got lucky on that one. It's not the place where you want to reach. They kind of had him trapped in the backcourt as it was. Tim Davis is a tough referee. He will call a reach on you if it looks anywhere close to being a reach.
Kemery gets it in the Miller. Gary Combs walking the way for them. Bostic in pursuit. Won't be able to stop Miller.
Chet's still pushing 26-inch wheels out there. He's got some good speed, good top end.
Inbound in the Bostic.
Leon's got to push out of that.
He's got McGuire up ahead. He finds him. So Yellow keeping this interesting. Now down by 4.
4 minutes left in the third quarter.
So
Todd and Chet are actually playing very well out there together. They've played against each other in the past. Very, very similar players. I mean, you can actually look at them out there on the court and get them mixed up once in a while.
I actually have done that in this past broadcast, but
Chet's a little bigger. Chet's actually about 6'4". Todd's not quite that tall, doesn't have quite the reach, but I know Todd very well. I've been playing against him in the USQRA and at these games for the last 5-6 years.
So coach's timeout is called. So with McMillan out of the game, Yellow was unable to chip away at that deficit, still down by 5. A lot of that due to the play of Chet Miller and Todd Kemery.
that's where they needed to take advantage of it. Todd and Chet just, they held it down out there. They did a real good job. There was a couple of turnovers, but overall they did a real nice job holding their own.
And so, even though Yellow had both McGuire and Bostic out there, and McMillan out there, were unable to significantly chip away, and still down by 5. Now it could be could have been a golden opportunity that was wasted. And now Bostic will check out. McQuinn will come in along with Sorensen and Schuler for the red team. They have their A squad out there: Richardson, McMillan, Miller, and Kemery. I'd say if Yellow can go into the 4th quarter down by 7 points or less, they're going to have to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, they need to keep it in single digits here.
This is going to be a big test for the Yellow team. It's that same lineup with McGuire as their only primary ball handler. They get it up to McQuinn. She gets a piece of it. She's going to have to hurry because McMillan's in pursuit.
Delvin's going to sneak in there and grab that one.
And McMillan, this is where he's most dangerous, when he has room to get some speed and make his move. Richardson sets a nice screen, and McMillan, textbook right there, will score.
You got to understand too, normal players from USQRA, players back home that are watching this, they gotta realize the competition might not be quite as strong as what they're used to, but this is a great thing to get these guys out here, getting new guys involved in the sport. They take it back home and they get on their local team at home and just building the sport. And then you got to realize these guys have only been playing together for a couple of days too, so they're bringing it together well. The red team, they've been
in the Schuler, but McGuire is bottled up. So Schuler was forced to handle it, and that'll be a easy pickings there for red.
The red team out there right now, that is by far their #1 lineup. They're running a 3-2-2-1, which is an excellent line as it is. Delvin McMillan being a 3, Chet Miller, Todd Kemery, both are very solid deuces, and Earl is a good solid 1.0.
Red got a warning for early contact there. Can't make contact until the whistle is blown.
Somebody's got to get across half court, and Steve McGuire just throws that one away. The one thing that did, by him throwing it away, it gave Yellow the ball down here at the other end of the court instead of it being down there. If it would have been a 12-second violation, they would have had it down at the other end.
Well, McMillan. As Miller takes a dribble, he'll take his sweet time, coasting in there. And just as me and Scott predicted, without much offensive firepower in there for the Yellow team, the lead is now extended up to 9, the largest of the game. This is not what how Yellow was looking to go into the 4th quarter, as they've developed a bit of sloppy play here towards the end of the 3rd quarter. Just over 2 minutes left here to play.
You can't do that against the red team right now. As I said, they got a lot of experience out there. Chet Miller, Todd Kemery, both been playing for a long time. Delvin McMillan, not a lot of experience, but the experience that he does have is on a Division I national team with a great coach and great players. Delvin just cruising in for that one.
Now the lead is up to double digits.
Even working out there now.
So 36-26 is the score. And with red having probably their best squad out there, and Yellow only having one primarily ball handler, they've been able to extend this lead to its largest, and 12 seconds is the call on Yellow. And this is definitely a time they need to bring some subs, and they will, bringing in a brand new 4. So it'll be Michal, Butler, Bostic, and Williams. As Tim Vixay checks in for the red team. Vixay, Miller, Richardson, and McMillan.
It's so slippery. Delvin just went in there right underneath Bostic and grabbed the ball and cruised in. Easy goal.
So this game is kind of taking follow the same script as last night's match when Yellow kept within striking distance until the third quarter when things got a bit out of hand.
You're gonna have to take a chance here. Oh,
goes off
it didn't
McMillan.
work out for him there. It went off of Dell's chair.
So as Bostic
the ball
throws
down
it,
here.
Bostic threw that bit in desperation, and it worked out. McMillan's trying to say the ball didn't hit his chair, but that happened right in front of me and Scott. Clearly bounced off his right wheel. Big hit there by McMillan. Butler gets the Bostic. He's got Richardson guarding him. Here comes McMillan.
I think Delvin's a little mad about that call. He's taking his aggressions out on the court there. He's just like a pinball out there, bouncing off everybody.
You see Richardson bottling up Bostic. Nice block there between McMillan and Miller.
Oh, jeez. And Leon went in there with he didn't go in with any speed. He just thought he was just going to be able to power his way through there, and he couldn't.
And the brute strength wasn't enough to do it there for Bostic.
It's the downfall about those 28-inch wheels. It takes a lot of power to push them from a standstill.
So I mentioned the 28-inch wheels. Some of the smaller ones we see on Williams and McMillan. How big are those?
I believe Dell's pushing 25s. A lot of your low point players now are pushing 24-inch wheels, which are a lot easier for taking off.
About a minute left to play here in the third quarter. 38-26 is the score. As Williams gets it in to Bostic. He's surrounded by red jerseys. Gets it back to Williams, who gets it across the midway mark, but he's got McMillan behind him.
He's got to use patience here. Oh!
Almost gets it to Bostic.
He had two tall guys reaching up for that ball, and Chet Miller just got the best of that one. Still on the floor, though.
With the jump ball, possession will be awarded to Yellow. As McMillan has an issue with his
equipment
strap.
issue here. And this is one of the few events you go to where the refs actually will help out with equipment because they know what they're doing. There's not a lot of support crew here with these guys. So it's great that they'll lend somebody a hand.
So while this is probably the most physical sport here at these games, safety is still the main concern
and
of the referees.
Violation. Jeremiah Butler got in there a little too close for that inbounds.
So that goal by Bostic will not count.
I don't know, this might be getting overridden here. I guess the refs are having a little disagreement here, so it's going to be basically a do-over.
So no goal, but Yellow will retain possession. Here at the Spokane Convention Center where it's really filled up. Not a spot really for anyone to sit or stand.
Championship basketball game going on behind us here, but I think everybody's over watching rugby.
It's actually the consolation game going on right now. Championship basketball game will be next. That will take place at the same time as Power Soccer. All those games will be available for viewing on xable.com.
And that was a very good show of sportsmanship there by Leon. Delvin was going over. That could have hurt. He was at top speed. He was up in the air, and Leon did that to me before. Last year I was up in the air, and he grabbed my chair and kind of let me down a little easy.
So with McMillan's speed and small size, the big hit by Bostic.
Leon having to pay for being a good sportsman right here. He's in the box.
And Leon will come join us over here on the sideline. 38-27 the score here.
Delvin is a very easy guy to spin, like I said, with his lightweight, his high center of gravity. And
as McMillan gets set to cross the line, Bostic gets ready to check in.
Lehan waving to make sure he's allowed back on the court. You're supposed to be signaled on by the refs.
As Miller and McMillan double teaming Bostic, it's going to have to be up to Butler. Richardson gets away with that. A tough pass there.
Earl made that play happen, and Delvin tried to reward him for it and get the ball back to him, but just a little too crowded down there. (39-27) the score. So it's getting to where you could kind of officially call it a little bit out of hand.
Well, Scott, I believe you were up on the yellow team by 12 points in the third quarter. And that
reminded me about that again.
As a whistle gets blown by the referees, that'll be the end of the third quarter. You mentioned that game, and Scott, myself, I remember saying it would take a miraculous comeback for Yellow to come back when they were down by 12 in the third quarter. We'll see if we can do it here. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter. You're joining us here on xable.com.